this is a story I love, and there are moments when I'm sorry it never happened again. It only happened to me once. I was in my 30s. I remember, actually, I was reading Svevo. It was, you know, the Confessions of Zeno. That's actually a new translation, but I was reading the old one. And I was lying in bed, and I looked down at the floor, and there was a little pink man and a pink ox. They're about this tall, moving and, you know, beautifully articulated. So lovely, and they gave me a very good feeling. I had no fear, no distress, just a feeling of fascination, friendliness, and pleasure. And I watched them for a while without saying to myself, I did not say, you're having an hallucination. I didn't say it. I just looked at them, and then they disappeared. This hallucination was followed by a migraine. And I didn't know at the time, I had no idea. They too have a name. It's called Lilliputian hallucinations. It is associated with migraine. But other people, you know, sometimes people who've had stroke can also have these visual hallucinations. They may have been epileptics, but I think, again, it's always so complicated in medicine to draw a line between normal experience and what's pathological. I mean, this is not so easy to do. So, for example, it does seem that something like auditory hallucinations, I've had it a number of times. The only time I really have it now is when I'm dropping off to sleep. I will often hear voices. Men's voices, women's voices, usually short sentences, very hard for me to remember what they said in the morning. In Nabokov's Speak Memory, he has a wonderful little passage about exactly that, both his hypnagogic hallucinations of a visual kind before he's going to sleep and hearing voices. It's a beautifully written little passage in Speak Memory. You know, Nabokov was clearly not mad. I don't feel mad. And many people, there's certain studies that have been done, that many people at one time or another have experienced auditory hallucinations. It becomes part of a pathology, I think, when, for example, in schizophrenia, people with schizophrenia are often tormented by voices talking all the time and jabbering away, telling them to do terrible things. That becomes a curse. And also in schizophrenia, usually the presence of the voices are explained in a delusional way. You know, that the famous, like, CIA has planted things in your brain or whatever. This is very common. Whereas when I've had auditory hallucinations, I always thought I was having auditory hallucinations. I mean, once I mistook the voice of a friend for a real experience, you know, that he was actually calling me. But otherwise, I haven't. So there are normal variants of many experiences that are often regarded as pathological, such as hearing voices or hallucinations.